A couple of you alluded to this, but so what are some of the best practices or things that have really worked for you in your own business when you've marketed yourself? And maybe we can start with Alex in this online.
Well, I guess branding. I have characters on both sides that are very recognizable, and people are always like, oh, it's lipstick powder paint or lipstick lifestyle. Networking, just getting the word out there.
I think for myself, like I'm kind of the voice of ChickAdvisor, and so it's really important that I establish a reputation for myself. So anytime somebody asks me to do any kind of speaking engagement, whether it's for a PR event or to go speak at Ryerson or something, I always said yes. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is, it's really important to get out there. And I also did, I have a couple of video series that I've done, and I was just really flexible to kind of, if somebody wants me to go do something for a techie show, or whether it's going and starting my own show, I think it's really important to get out there and make sure that people start to see you as an expert in your field.
Well, I think for me, one of the, as I said before, the big successes of SweetSpot is sort of sticking to the brand and the voice and how we write things and sort of all the other stuff we said before. We've also had a lot of great success in building partnerships. And again, getting our name out there by sponsoring events. This one. The other thing that we've had a lot of great success in terms of driving traffic to our website is contests. So if anyone is trying to get eyeballs, there are lots of people who will come visit you just because they want to get something for free. The one caveat to that I would warn is that even though you can suck in a large number of people by giving away a free trip or even a free lipstick, you have to be careful that you should expect half of them to drop off after the contest, because you're kind of sowing the seeds by throwing them crazily across the field and hoping some of them plant, as opposed to really getting to the people who are truly going to end up as subscribers to your website. But it's a good way to sort of, if you have the opportunity to do it, you will get a lot of eyeballs on your site.
I think for petite fashionista, I think the biggest break for me and for, I would say us, but it's only me, and a lot of the supporters around me, but was the huge launch we did with a party June 22nd. It was called Petite Fashionista Presents, where I partnered with designers from across North America. So all these designers I was talking about for the first 2 years, had them all come down or send their clothes down and have a big a petite fashion celebration. And that's really the what I want petite fashionistas to continue to be about, is about celebrating petite fashion, celebrating petite women, and keeping it really positive. And also, from the last Ladies Who Launch, I learned just ask, and by just asking Lady Panettiere if she wanted to send some clothes over, if I can partner with her for the charity, I got on ET Canada and went on the set of Heroes and lots of exciting things. So if you take anything home from today, it's like, just ask, just ask, just ask.
A follow-up question to Ali, you had mentioned in our conversation some interesting points about search optimization. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, we invested heavily in search engine optimization. When we about a year and a half since we launched, we've been around since September 2006, we really focused on building strong technology and search engine optimization, because Google is our best friend. Having your search results come high on Google is really important. So if somebody goes and searches for like a Clarins lipstick and someone's reviewed it on our site, it's going to be on the first page, if not within the first few results. And that's really great because, like I said before, 2/3 of people are researching online before they buy something. So having your name right there, automatically people will start to trust you and associate you with reviews, which is really important. So I would focus on that even above and beyond advertising. We've never spent a penny on advertising. It's always been just search engine optimization and organic growth.
And also for the Google thing, I was trying to get on the first page of Google for at least months. And I found a good tool through GoDaddy.com. It's called Traffic Blazer. And it sort of gives you the tools to manually get your site onto all these different search engines. And I got Petite Fashionista on the first page within a week of being on there. And I think the service was less than $100 anyways. Traffic Blazer was called.
And a question to any of the panelists. What are some mistakes or things that you wish you were seeing more of that entrepreneurs were doing, or things that they're not doing?
I think there's still actually a lot of companies that don't think that the web is here to stay or a good tool, and they kind of ignore it. And that I find very shocking, and I think anyone who has a business now, if you don't have a website, you're really, go get one now. It's really a key part, because especially, I think there's certainly maybe a time when, you know, it wasn't a necessity to have a website, especially if you had, you know, your own location, but people really do use the web as the first line of defense, I guess, when they're going out to make any sort of purchase decision. I know that I would die without Google in my life, and I think generations, sort of the generation even below mine, not that I'm that old yet, but the generation below mine really has not known life without the internet. So if you haven't created a web presence for yourself that has at least all the key information you would need to find you and find your product or find out about a business, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because sure as heck isn't a fad that's going away anytime soon.
And I'd add to that too, like, you don't have to have a lot of money to do that. You can have no money to do that. You can go to blogger.com and create a blog for free in 5 minutes. And that was the first thing I did before we launched the site. My #1 skill with the computer was email before that. I did not have any technical skills at all. But within 5 minutes, I was able to create a blog on Blogger. You can easily upload pictures, so if you have products, you can upload pictures. You can link to different things. There's a lot of websites that provide free services for you to list your business. Even ChickAdvisor, we have a sister website called chickadvisor.biz. And you can create a free profile if you've got a store or you carry products or something. There's just a lot of really easy resources out there to get you out there.
And also I'd like to add that once you find your niche and the people that you're targeting, and you start to get some readers in, I would definitely consider stepping up the template a notch, because that's just sort of what makes you stand out from the other 120 million blogs there are out there. So you can do that with a graphic designer, probably a couple $100, and they can make you just, you know, just tweak everything so it doesn't look like you just started the blog in 5 minutes, which is what it takes.
And a follow-up question for Ellen. I know that you, Lipstick, Powder, and Paint also had its start as a blog. Can you speak to sort of, you know, monetizing your blog, going from doing it at home by yourself, like with an audience of 1, to something that really makes money and is really out there?
Well, it's taken quite a long time for it to be making money. I'm very lucky because my husband was extremely supportive, and he was like, oh, you just go ahead, and I quit my other job. I was doing marketing before, and I just focused. After about 8 months, I focused on the site completely. There are quite a few different ways of monetizing a site, especially a blog. You can do Google AdSense. So you go to Google and you put on these widgets onto your site, and when people click on them, you are paid. There are affiliate programs, and there are quite a few different businesses that do those. You can put an ad on your site, and once again, when people click through and then they purchase, you will get a commission from that. So Sephora is one of the sites that do that. Other ways, you can work through a network. I'm with several different networks, and one is the Glam Network, which is one of the largest women's networks online. And through them, they actually put ads on my site, and then I'm paid per click, and also a CPM, so a rate per 1,000 visitors. So basically, I've been driving traffic as hard as I can over the last couple of years, because the more traffic, the more money I will make. And now, I'm making money, and I have a team of people, and it's working well.
And Christa, I know you're working on a workshop that's called Blogging Your Way to the Top. So how do we do that? How do we get above the fray of the 120 million blogs that are out there?
Well, I think there's quite a few components to sort of make yourself stand out and to really target your audience. You can come to my workshop, is what you can do. But a few key things is definitely video content. It's huge. Do it within your budget, obviously. I don't recommend going out and getting a whole production crew, because I price those out, and I don't know kind of people who could afford that. Just tweaking it a bit, tweaking your template so that it doesn't look like you just picked one from the Blogger or the WordPress selections there. What else is a good quick tip? Let's see here. I love contests. We all love contests. And see if you can partner with a celebrity or a couple. And I mean, this is like, if you go to a party and you see someone that's even sort of noteworthy, get your picture taken with them. You know, because the people that are coming to your site, they're not going to, you know, they'll just make up the rest of the story for you, you know, and they may think that you're best friends. But, and all it took was just saying, like, hey, Debbie Travis, can I have my picture with you, or whoever it is, right? You know, it's like the people that know me know that me and Hayden aren't on the phone every day, but I only met her that one time, and I'll probably maybe never meet her again. But, you know what I mean, by partnering with people of influence, that really sort of, you know, positions yourself.